Hello everybody, Brad Johnson here. In this video we're going to be looking a little bit more deeper into the Healing Code cards body deck, and specifically looking at the cards known as the Eliminator cards. So let's get started. So taking a look at the Healing Code cards body deck, or come this January, the Healing Code cards will simply be referred to as the Etherics card decks, but at the time of the shooting of this video, they're still called the Healing Code cards. And looking at the body deck, we're going to look at a few of the Eliminator cards. Now, the reason why I want to look at the Eliminator cards is because they've had some really profound results from the people who have been using them. I've gotten quite a few emails from people, specifically one card of the Eliminator deck, or the Eliminator cards, is the Heavy Metal Eliminator. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see it too well because of the lighting. But there again is the Heavy Metal Eliminator. Now this is a very powerful card as well too. The reason why this is so good is because I could say that the great majority of human beings on this planet have some type of heavy metal contamination within their body. Unfortunately, it's true. Unless you're living in a completely pure forest, right, like an enchanted forest or something like that, you've never been around modern society, you've never been around automobiles, you've never been around the big cities or anything like that, then maybe you might be okay. But basically, for many of us, the great majority of us who have been in the urban population, this is a very, very helpful card for us to have. Because again, we're breathing in these particles of metals all the time. From gasoline, from automobiles, from the pollution, even from our food, from our water, right? They have small particles of metal that basically just get everywhere into the body, okay? Just in every organ, every area. So utilizing the Heavy Metal Eliminator, I've had quite a few people contact me and said, Brad, I've used the Heavy Metal Eliminator and some profound things have happened. One person who used this basically just did the Heavy Metal Eliminator, put it on their body, and they just slept with it overnight. So like I said, you can keep it under your pillow, you can just rest it on your chest as you're going to sleep or taking a nap. They woke up the next morning and they opened their mouth and they found that their tongue had all of these traces of metals just neatly deposited on their tongue. So they're able to scrape it all out and get all of that toxic metal out of their body. Now, of course, everybody's different. They all have different ways of how the metal can be purged. It can be purged through the tongue. It can be purged through saliva. It can be purged through sweat. It can be purged through urine. It can be purged through feces. Right? So basically anything that causes us to excrete and purge, the metals can be purged in that way. But one particular person was telling me that he was using the Heavy Metal Eliminator card, and you can use an amplifier card with it as well too. And he just went to sleep. He woke up the next morning and he found this deposit of all these metals on his tongue, and he was able just to scrape them all out. Quite profound. It's also why when I use this, I'm scraping my tongue every single morning as well too. So when I'm using the Heavy Metal Eliminator, I put that on my body. Like I said, I'll just do some meditation and I'll put the Heavy Metal Eliminator on me for a few minutes. And then I'll go about my day and I'll go to sleep. Then the next morning I'll go ahead and I'll use a tongue scraper and I'll scrape my tongue in case there are any metal deposits at the tongue there. But like I said, there's many different ways about how each of us will purge the metal. But the good news is that the Heavy Metal Eliminator does this really well. I also had an email from someone this morning as well too, who says that she's been using the Heavy Metal Eliminator as well too for a solid week and is feeling a lot better. Okay? Heavy metal toxicity, unfortunately, is in our bodies, and it is very extreme as well too. So this is also one of the big cards I would recommend using when you have the Healing Code cards body deck, is using the Heavy Metal Eliminator and cleaning all of that out, cleaning all that metal contamination out of the body. Like I said, it's basically just like particles. All depends, right? Depends on how much metal we're getting in it. It's everywhere. It's nasty. But the good news is we can use a card like that and we can flush out a lot of the metals in all of our unique ways, right? Through excretion, through purging, and however it may come. So I have talked about this card before, but it is still a very important one to bring up. This is the Biotoxin Eliminator, okay? This is for people who have had the poke, who have had the jab. Okay, it also works for the idea that even if you've had past inoculations when you were younger, this will help to clean it out. Okay, so just like the heavy metal eliminator, just like any other card that you're using in the body deck, in the mind deck, and in the energy deck. Like I said, we have the methods that we use. So like I said, we could do the gazing method for at least 60 seconds or longer. Okay, we can place it upon the body, right? The body method for 60 seconds or longer. We can charge water with it for 60 seconds or longer. And of course, we can have the capture method, where we're just taking a photo of ourselves or a photo of somebody else, and we're just putting it on the face of the card, laying it down like that, and then just putting it aside and letting it stay there for as long as you want. I'd say for maybe just a few hours, maybe 24 hours might be good, and just doing a nice thorough cleaning. If you know somebody who has gotten the poke, who has gotten the jab, right, this is the card you want to work with. Again, if you've had past inoculations when you were younger, right, if we've had flu shots, if we've had any other forms of inoculations at a younger age, this is a really good card to use, helping to flush all of that debris out of the body as well too. How does it flush it out of the body? Well, again, like I said, these cards work with your life energy, works with your prana. So as it's in your field and as you're looking at it, as you're putting it on your body, as you're charging your water with it, or as you're using the capture method, right, that photograph, the image has your hologram, it has your prana on it. And so that is also going into the card. And the card is helping to work with the prana to go into the cells, to go into the organs, to get into our bodily systems and just clean everything out based upon the programming that is contained inside these cards, okay? So the programming inside these cards can be similar to the state that you would go into through a transcendental meditation, right? And being able to focus on intent relating to what you want these cards to do. And that's basically what I'm doing. Is going into a state that is very similar to transcendental meditation and going in there and putting on these command codes, these etheric codes or healing codes, putting that into the cards and just working with your life energy, working with your prana. So like I said, there's no external force here that's doing any of the work for you. It's all your life energy, right? That's what these cards do. They work with your energy. They go in, they command the cells based upon what is inputted through them, through the commands, and they help to flush out the entire body based upon what they're commanded to do. So that again is what the Biotoxin Eliminator is commanded to do. And I've done research in regards to a lot of the ingredients that are found quite commonly, not just in the CV19 shots, but also through many others. Right? And so there's categories of all this, and we're just going in and we're just cleaning all of that out. So again, very, very helpful eliminator card in the body deck. So heavy metal eliminator, biotoxin eliminator, absolutely want to work with those two diligently and working with them frequently. Because like I said, unfortunately, we're getting metals all the time. Fortunately, we can have a lot of gunk, medical gunk inside our body, and we want to try and clean that out as much as possible. Okay, another eliminator card, which is very helpful, is the Parasite Eliminator. Again, I don't know if you can see it too well because of the lighting. But the Parasite Eliminator is great because, again, this is for people who may have Lyme disease, who have intruders within the body as well too. Again, we're using the methods and we're using the prana, we're working with our prana to work with the cells to clean out any particular form of parasitical intrusion. So again, there's a list of different types of parasites and intruders that are contained inside the command codes of this card to go in and to flush out a lot of that debris. I meet a lot of people with Lyme disease, okay? It's quite common actually. Some doctors don't even like to admit that Lyme disease exists, but unfortunately it does, right? With ticks, with Lyme, with any other forms of parasitical intruders, intestinal worms, ringworms, right? All of these things unfortunately do exist. And so utilizing a card like this will help you. Like I said, even if you're just using it on the body, just put it on the solar plexus. Put it right here. Right? Oh, Brad, I have something in the intestines. Doesn't matter. Just put it right on the solar plexus. It will work. It will work great. Okay? So, like I said, you don't always have to go right into the key area. As long as this is within your field, if you're using any of the methods, any 4 of them, it's going to work just fine. Okay? So whether I'm gazing at it, whether I'm putting it on my body, whether I'm charging my water with it, or whether I'm using the capture method with it, with the photograph. Okay? any of those ones will work. Okay, so if you or someone else you know does have parasite infections or ringworms or Lyme disease, ticks, etc., that's the card to use. It's a Parasite Eliminator. Don't forget the amplifiers as well too. Okay, another Eliminator card is the Virus Eliminator card. Okay, so the Virus Eliminator card again contains all forms of categories pertaining to different viruses and their families, so to speak, kind of like the parent of the viruses all together, so it's all contained here. Now, the most important thing to remember is that the Healing Code cards, or the Etherics card decks, are alive. Okay, these are living cards, which means you can talk to them. Okay, so if you feel like I have something like strep, or if I feel like I have something like shingles, okay, I can tell that to the card. If there is any shingles within my body, please clear it away. Let it be done. Okay, that's all I say. Okay, it can be anything of that nature. Okay, if I have anything pertaining to strep, please clear it from my body. And I put it on my body. The card will hear you because it's your own prana, it's your own infinite intelligence that you are speaking to, right? The command codes in here all contain that living intelligence. Talk to your cards. And if you don't want to talk to them out loud, that's okay. You can talk to them telepathically. You can talk to them through thought. Okay? Talk to your cards. Let them know exactly what you want them to do for you. Okay? So again, this is the category of virus elimination. So again, as it's relating to virus elimination, I'm going to talk about if there's anything in regards to strep that I have, shingles that I have, Epstein-Barr that I have, or anything of that nature. Just go in, clear away any Epstein-Barr that I have, flush it from my body, let it be done. Okay? And it'll work. And again, you want to keep doing this. What a lot of people misunderstand about the Healing Code cards is they think it's a one-shot deal. If I just have to use this once, then that's it. Everything else should be fine. No, guys. This works with subtle energy, healing. Okay? It's subtle energy. Even with me creating the ether bed. Okay? The ether bed still works with subtle energy. It can be intense, but it's subtle energy. It's your own life force that is being reprogrammed through the command codes in these cards to help flush out viruses, bacteria, parasites, heavy metals, right? Debris from inoculations and so forth. Okay, all of that is being flushed out of the body, but it's being done with your own energy. It's a subtle energy. It's not intense, right? It's not like a gigantic supernova that's going off and poof, within a blink of an eye, you're all better. You got to keep working with these. So I'd say you want to keep working with them for days, for weeks, for months, every day. Keep working with them. Keep a notebook handy and get an idea of what you feel are some of the critical areas that you want to work with, and work with the appropriate cards that will help you out with that, okay? But this is not a one-shot deal. This is not just the idea, okay, I used the Healing Code cards for 5 minutes and nothing happened, oh, to heck with them. No, you're not even giving them a chance, and that's not how they work, okay? It's subtle energy, it's gradual progression, it's gradual transitional healing. Okay, you have to remember that. Remember also that the Healing Code cards, that the Etherics card decks are an addition to your healing. They are not a replacement for anything. They are not meant to replace anything. They are helping you additionally with your healing journey, okay? Headache Eliminator. Oh, this one's pretty self-obvious. We're looking at the Headache Eliminator, okay? Like I said, just put it on the solar plexus. You don't have to put it up here. You don't have to put it up here. Just put it on your solar plexus, okay? If I have a headache, I'm just using the Headache Eliminator. Maybe I'll put an amplifier behind it as well too, helping to eliminate a headache. This will also help to eliminate migraines as well too. So headaches and migraines get eliminated through the Headache Eliminator, all right? Bacteria Eliminator, again, pretty self-obvious. So any bacterial infections, fungal infections as well too that you're having, talk to the card. Okay, talk to the card and say, okay, I have a toe fungus and I want to clear that out. So clear away the toe fungus that I have, clear it from the body entirely. Okay, and just put it on your chest, gaze at it, charge your water, use the capture method, okay? But please talk to your cards. These are living cards. This is like the tarot deck. This is like the oracle decks, okay? They are alive. They're living cards. So make sure you're working with them and talking to them in that way. Okay, here is the Pain Eliminator, okay? Pain eliminator, again, very self-obvious. If I got a sore shoulder, if I got a sore neck, if I got a sore back, well, again, like I said, I can just put it on the solar plexus. The solar plexus is the central area, right? So if I'm just putting it, if I'm basically talking to the card and say, okay, I got a sore lower back, please heal my sore lower back. And I'm just putting it right here on the solar plexus. And I'll take a nap, or I'll meditate, or I'll lay down for bed and go to sleep. Well, I have this on my solar plexus. I can just tuck it under my shirt, just like this, and just keep it tucked there. And that's fine. I could put a little bit of tape, okay? Make sure you don't have too much body hair, right? So just put some Scotch tape or something like that, and just tape it to your chest while you're sleeping, okay? That works just fine, okay? There's like green tape, there's Scotch tape. You can use that and just tape it to your chest, okay? Or just tape it to the outside of your shirt. It doesn't have to be on bare skin. It can be taped right on the shirt here as well too, okay? If you're wearing pajamas, tape it to your pajamas, okay? And just go to sleep and enjoy a nice rest as the pain eliminator is working with you. Put an amplifier card behind it, okay? Tape it on your pajamas. Tape it on your nightshirt, whatever it is that you're wearing. Tape it on your bare chest if you want to. You can do that too, okay? Not a problem. Finally, we have the stiffness eliminator as well too, okay? So with the stiffness eliminator, this is basically also helping out with joint stiffness, helping out with atrophy in the body. So stiffness, atrophy, also aches and sores. You can work with the stiffness eliminator. So again, same method applies here. The 4 methods. Talk to your card, find out exactly what stiffness you have, let it know what it is that you have, talk to it, and apply it. And you're going to have some great healing success. Like I said, do not expect immediate results. Okay, you want to keep working with these for days, for weeks, for months. They are a subtle healing energy system. This is a subtle healing spiritual technology. So you want to make sure you're giving it time, and you also want to make sure that you're using it as an addition to your healing and not as the proprietor above anything else. Okay, work with other things. Work with energy healing. Work with Qigong. Work with yoga. Work with many different things. Work with Reiki. Okay, it's all a complement to your healing journey as an addition. So thank you so much, everybody, for tuning into this video today, and I look forward to speaking to you again in the next video. If you're interested in purchasing the Healing Code Cards Body Deck, or the Mind Deck, or the Energy Deck, just go to healingcodecards.com. Thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you again in another perspective of the now. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaskar, and may it be well with you. Thank you very much for checking out the New Earth Teachings YouTube channel. Feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And you can check out the websites, newearthteachings.com, where you can order a private session, 3 questions by email, EQ method, and a lot more. And you can also check out healingcodecards.com, where you can grab your Mind Deck, your Body Deck, and of course the brand new Body Deck Special Edition. All of these are available in digital editions as well. And you can also get a shirt just like this through healingcodeshop.com, where you can experience the healing codes in apparel form. So feel free to check out these websites. Thank you so much, and I'll speak to you again in the next video. Be well.